Join the Smart Brown Girl Producer Circle. For $2 to $5 or more, you can support Smart Brown Girl, enabling the movement to become a community of resources that benefits you and women of color around the world. As a Black woman catering to an audience of Black women, trying to convince the older white men in power that we are worthy of opportunity is an uphill battle. So let's provide our own opportunities and help to launch the Smart Brown Girl podcast, tour, scholarship fund, and flourishing community of awesome Smart Brown girls. Visit patreon.com/Jouelzy and become a Smart Brown Girl patron today. You can also support by shopping Smart Brown Girl or grabbing your copy of Jouelzy's 4C Natural Hair Guide ebook and or her first published work, Send It On, a collection of short stories. Thank you, Smart Brown Girls. Hey guys, it's Jouelzy and I'm currently basking in the sunshine of LA and the gloriness that is the YouTube Black event. But it's time to talk about an important topic. I'm on a mission this year to address more hard-hitting and complex conversations. So today I'm approaching a topic that I previously said I was not going to be speaking on out of respect to the community and allowing them to control their own narrative. But with the current state of the United States, it is imperative that we address this discussion with my crew of Smart Brown Girls. And I am not alone. So yes, we're going to talk about transgender, bathrooms, and women's rights. And I have here Kat Black.
Hey.
The leading voice for trans women of color on YouTube. And here's what's happening in the United States.
North Carolina recently passed an act where in schools and in government buildings, you must use a bathroom that corresponds with your biological sex or the sex that's listed on your birth certificate.
So this essentially means that in the state of North Carolina, it is illegal for trans people to use the bathroom. And then last year in Houston, Texas, they recently repealed the civil rights bill, the HERO Ordinance.
HERO standing for Houston Equal Rights Ordinance.
Right, and they ran heavy propaganda on urban radio warning people of the violation of women's rights against men in their bathroom. Houston, where Ted Cruz is from. Ted Cruz, who is a Texas state senator currently running for United States president and who has spent the bulk of his political career advocating for the closure of Planned Parenthood and attempting to overturn the Supreme Court ruling for Roe versus Wade. Yes, a federal law that's been on the books for 43 years, making abortions legal in the United States.
So we restrict women's rights in one breath.
Because whether you believe that abortion is a sin or you prefer a private care gynecologist, you do not have the right to restrict other women's bodies based on your personal religious beliefs. So whether it's a poor woman who needs the preventive women's health services of Planned Parenthood or a woman who for whatever reason has decided that abortion is the best choice for her,
she has the right to exercise autonomy over her body and make a decision that will ultimately impact her body and her body alone.
These are the women's rights that conservatives have put great effort into diminishing while using the Christian morality of Black people to play themselves against their own rights and the rights of transgender people.
Let's break it down.
Down. There are a lot of issues that we have with the way this conversation is framed.
First of all, inherent in all these conversations is the idea that trans women are inherently predatory, which is statistically unproven because you're more likely to be assaulted as a trans person in the restroom than you are as a cis person by a trans person.
There are far more examples of violence against trans women in the bathroom than any other people. A trans woman was recently assaulted in New York City while using a single-person bathroom at the historic Stonewall Inn.
And this is an aspect of the conversation that really bothers me. As a survivor of both rape and sexual assault, I know that if a man wants something, he's going to take it. It's not realistic to believe that a man's going to put on a dress, to go into the women's restroom, and sexually assault a woman, and then upon capture say, well, I'm transgender, as though that's going to be a defense against him and his actions. And let's just say that that does happen. In this scenario, the people that are guilty are cis men, not trans women. I've been using the women's restroom for almost a decade. I've used it in Texas. This conversation is framed as way more controversial than it actually is. Personally, when I'm using the restroom, I'm not thinking about anybody's genitalia. I'm trying to do my business and leave. I find these debates laughable because I've been using the women's restroom my entire adult life. That's just what I've been doing.
I don't particularly have an issue with people wanting privacy. But the problem here is that we're dealing with the aspect of culture that we've normalized. Men's rooms and women's room. The YouTube space has gender-neutral bathrooms with wall-to-wall stalls. Is breaking a cultural norm a bit strange? Sure, but it's actually added value and privacy and protection for these rights you're claiming against other people. You could take both your child of either gender into these rooms, and you don't feel like you're being exposed at all because it's a completely enclosed bathroom stall.
People just want to be able to relieve themselves, and I would struggle to go into the men's room without causing some sort of controversy every single time, and attention is the last thing that I want when I'm trying to do the do.
So while saying that you are protecting women's rights might sound nice and even right, it's a slippery slope that is harmful to both you and your personal rights and the trans community. But I also understand that for everything I might not get about the trans community, I still respect you and every other person as a human being. And if I want to push back against black stereotypes that criminalize us and castrate us as super predators, I'm not going to push those onto you. You can find Cat Black everywhere on the web at cat_black or just Cat Black.
Yeah, Cat Black, youtube.com/Cat Black.
And I'm so appreciative to have her here. So just be respectful that you're not doing the same thing to others that you're asking them not to do to you.
Don't force harmful stereotypes onto anybody.
And stay locally involved in your politics. Stay smart, smart brown girls.
Always remember and never forget that you are beautiful and you are loved.
Deuces!